One of the most common coping mechanisms of a human being reactively occurs when a person experiences a stressful event. Generally, most people go through a lot of heartbreaks during their lifetimes. May it be from the death of a loved one, losing your favorite toy when you were a kid, or even in a relationship. Now, what is moving on? Moving on is the process in which a person is able to recover from a past situation and goes on with life. It is an act of acknowledging the outcomes of what has happened in the past. It is an act of acceptance and letting go. Moving on is getting over a certain situation and recognizing the faults or causes of the finality of an event in a person's life. A romantic relationship is one of the many examples of why a person goes through the process of moving on and moving forward. Romantic relationships that resulted in breakup leaves both parties to move on and go on with their life without the person that they used to spend their time with. In a failed relationship, a person can experience pain, sadness, grief, loneliness, shock, denial, loss, emotional damage, or even trauma. But the question is, should you dwell on that? In each experience, a person reacts differently and copes differently. Why do people move on? People move on because they want to move to something better. People learn that they are worth much more than being stuck to their pasts. And people move on because they choose to have peace within themselves and everything that was part of what they used to have. But why is moving on hard for some people? For some, it is impossible to let go of the things that had a special value to them. That is, the relationship itself, the memories, the setting, or even the people during that certain point in their life. Nostalgia is a great factor in counteracting loneliness. It occurs when memories are brought to mind, sending familiarity and comfort to the person. Moving on may vary from person to person. Depending on the intensity of the event, dealing with the pain is subjective. That is why there are those who move on quickly, and there are those who are having a hard time doing it.
Keeping hold of the past baggage is hard at times. Realize why it is essential to let go of the past. It would be then way easier to let go. Closure happens right after you accept that letting go and moving on is more important than projecting a fantasy of how relationship could have been. Why is there a need to move on? It's because moving on, it enables transcendence and growth within the self, allows change to take place in a person's life, and it also allows oneself to heal. And there will be clarity and acknowledgement of the aftermath or outcome of the relationship. And it also emphasizes respect to oneself and openness for a new beginning. Keep in mind that moving on is not an easy task. It takes time, it is a process, and it will help you heal. And last one, moving on opens up a door for a better future, a better you. Moving on enables you to concentrate on what needs to be done in order to live in the present and develop into who you truly are. Bring some newness into your life and set yourself free to embark on the revolutionary journey of living your life to the fullest in order to improve upon yesterday's version of yourself. Everyone deserves to be happy, joyous, and unconstrained in the interests of their desires, dreams, and ambitions.